You may have noticed that my aircraft reviews have slowed in the past few months. And that's largely because I made a conscientious decision to not buy stuff that I'm not interested in anymore. Plain and simple, right? And you should do the same. If it's not something I'm interested in, not going to get it. I bought this the second that I came home. Nay, I bought this over lunch and then rushed home to play it. The F-4U D Corsair is one of, I would argue, the most iconic aircraft in World War II. We've seen it in Call of Duties. We've seen it in Battlefield, I think, even. It is a staple. Almost everyone that I know has seen an F-4 either in a museum or actually flying. They're at AirVenture seemingly every year. And now we have one virtually in DCS. And I think this is the first big step to DCS coming back and being that not Pacific, but that World War II era fighter sim to really kind of stick it to IL-2, if you will, an equally old sim that's still kicking per my last video. I'm excited for this. This is not a perfect aircraft. It's not ready to go. They're calling this a preview, and it, to an extent, really is that. Some of my keybinds don't work. I'm not a super fan of the handling model, but that could just be my own doing. But nonetheless, let's continue to take in some of the visuals, as well as some of the sounds as a fellow Corsair takes off out there in the distance, thundering by. And I do apologize, my track IR is broken, so we're going to have to deal with the good old D-pad for moving around. But just overall, the detail on this aircraft is great. It's great. It's what we expect out of a current day sim. Little things like the livery are kind of falling apart, but that can all be undone by a nice high-quality 4K or even 8K livery. But look at all those AN fittings for the hydraulics inside of the wing. Obviously, the F-4 being a naval-capable aircraft has folding wings. Very nice detail on that Hamilton standard prop. Back before they were Hamilton Sunstrand. I think that's what they are now. Blame me in the comments if that's not what they are. I went to their factory when they were still a Hamilton. Maybe I'm probably confusing things. I think Hamilton Standard makes props and Hamilton Sunstrand makes all kinds of different stuff, including fuel pumps for an F-35, which I once held. Anyway, moving on. Detail on the aircraft is good. I think that everything is in an acceptable early release state. I think we'll call this I don't want to call it the benchmark, but this is what devs should strive for. Now, granted, I'm not going to compare it to other more advanced aircraft because of the F-4. It's a World War II fighter, right? Its systems are a lot more simple. But what needs to work right now does, and hopefully other stuff comes out later. Let's take a spin around the cockpit. Obviously, you can see we've got our big wings folded there. And overall, I think the detail is where it needs to be. Everything is nice and crisp, even at maximum zoom. All of my gauges are clearly visible. And I don't know if you guys can hear that. Let me, oh, I can't turn it up in, hey me, turn this up in post. Can you guys hear the clock running? Can you guys hear that? That's amazing to me. That's so cool. Little details like that make all of the difference in an aircraft like this. Just a little bit of texture degradation on my cowl flap handle there, but let it go. Similar story with this canopy slide rail. But you come back to like here and it all looks fine. I think it all looks good. Let's give the controls a quick sweep. No added sounds there. How about our throttle? No added sound even as we go over that detent there. Mixture does have a nice snap. And no sound for the prop. Supercharger. Same snap as the mixture. Alright, let's run through a startup in the F-4U. Alright, as you may imagine, this being a World War II fighter bomber, airplane, it's more complex than starting, say, a 172, but it's a lot less complex than starting up a full jet fighter. First thing we're going to do is come over to our fuel selector, and I'm going to select the main tanks, like so. And we'll do things a little bit out of order here. Next is going to be our magneto switch. We're going to advance that to the both position. And we'll come over here, turn on our main battery, and our fuel pump now that we've got fuel selected. Unguard our starter. Fuel pump running, let's prime the engine. We're going to hold our prime, put our mixture into the full condition, prime for right around 5 seconds or so. I don't know if the priming sequence is fully modeled in the F-4U or not. But nonetheless, done that. Propeller can go into the full off condition. We'll crack our throttle open, and we should be good to start. Hand on the mixture controls. I'm going to pan up just a little bit so I can see the prop spinning. And we're going to keep an eye on our RPM gauge as we go to start. Clear prop. Motoring for hydrolock. And I lost it again. Stand by. Alright, good start, good start. We'll regard our switches. Let's go ahead and open up our cooling flaps. We'll leave the cowl flap shut for now because we need to get some heat into our cylinder head. You can see obviously the cylinder head temp is cold. Oil pressure's up because we got cold oil. So we'll let that all settle in for a second. While we're doing that, let's go ahead and unlock and unfold our wings. Also take a look at the exterior lighting while we're here. Not too bad if I say so myself. I actually don't love it up close, but when you get back to like here, the wingtip navigation lights look pretty dang good. Tail light could use some work, that's for sure, as well as that form light on the top. I think we're all set to take off here. Let's go ahead and set up for takeoff. Where's my rudder trim? Just a little bit of right nose. Alright, park brake can come off. We'll go 1 notch of flaps in. And just like that, we are airborne in the F-4U. Start getting trimmed out here. Gear up. Flaps can come up. And you know we got to get that flyby. Such a good sounding aircraft. being a World War II aircraft, there's no nannies of any kind to keep you in check, so it's going to be up to you to keep the aircraft in a safe and stable flight condition. We're also on the newly released, same-day released World War II Marianas map, so that's pretty fun, pretty neat, pretty swell. First time exploring both for me. Looks like something's burning over there. Appears that someone's crashed. There's that static smoke. That's static smoke. I have no idea what that's supposed to be. What that is? Is that a burn pit? Is that Jill's burn pit back in World War II? Ooh, that sounds so good. This is a fantastic sounding aircraft. Cylinders are getting hot. Let's go ahead and open up the cowl flaps. Let some cooling air through there. Like I said, there's no hand-holding. This is, I mean, par for the course in DCS, right? Pull back manifold pressure too just a little bit. Let the engine work a little bit less hard. So go ahead and set up for a landing here. Let's get everything maximum open in case it isn't already. It looks like it is. Yeah, so we're good there. Everything nice and cool. Start pulling power back. Let's go ahead and drop the gear. And we'll start rolling in flaps. And we'll trim out the airplane so it's nice and stable on our approach. I'll just keep incrementally adding flaps as our airspeed comes down. I'm actually going to climb just a little bit here so we can have a nice healthy approach vector. This will be my first landing in the Corsair. Did a little bit of off-screen testing where I had to take off, but this will be the first landing, so pay close attention. Give me a good grade, if you will. If you can tell me what artist said that at a live concert, it's recorded and it's out there, and it's on a CD. If you can tell me what artist said that, pay close attention to him. Give him a good grade, if you will. And they start playing. You can tell me who said that.
JT just learned it today, so pay close attention to him.
Something good.
Give him a good grade, if you will.
Oh, I don't like the rubbery skirt sound effects. That's probably still an early access deal. Overall, I like the ground handling. It's a little bit tricky with a tail wheel, as it should be. And I do like when you lock up your wheels, you get that, what should be a skirting feedback. Are we leaving tire marks on the ground? No, but you can see the individual wheels lock up. If I lock up the left, it locks. That's very cool. I love stuff like that. Let's move on to a carrier assault. Not a carrier assault, but a carrier pattern here. And see what kind of trouble we can get up to with that. And here we are aboard a World War II era U.S. carrier deck. Yes, in addition to the new Marianas map, we have now active semi-functioning, not super carrier levels of animations, but functional. We can take off and land on them. I think. I haven't done it yet, but we have a carrier. Nonetheless, I'll zoom out a little bit so you can take a better look. Big, flat, non-slanted, straight ahead deck. Oh, look at that! There's a little hangar deck. Subground hangar. That's cool. Gonna go lower. There's nothing below that, so we'll go back up. Intermediary deck. Okay. What's down here? What are these? Oh, these are the pistons for the elevator, hydraulic rams. The elevator, you drive onto here, and then you come up through the elevator to your F-4U Corsair, which is waiting for you ever so patiently while you monologue. Anyway, we're obviously started up. Let's go ahead and run through a carrier takeoff. We'll unlock the wings, and we'll spread them. I wonder if I close the canopy now, will it bing and bong at me? Nope, no binging and no bonging. You can get behind that. Damn it. Oh, that's for the wing lock. It's the wing lock. It's telling you, hey, idiot, your wing lock is unlocked. Okay, that makes way more sense. Okay, we're ready to take off. Park brakes off. Let's stand on them, run up to 30 inches. We'll turn on the gun camera even though we're not going to use it. I think we're actually floating on the tail wheel here. Let's take a look-see. Yeah, we're floating on the tail wheel. Look at that. We're a STOL pilot. Up through 40. Just a little bit of rudder input to keep us straight and true down the carrier deck. And off the end. A little bit of a drop, nothing we can't handle. Here come the gear. And the F-4U takes to the skies once again. We'll do a quick pattern here. In this dark Pacific Fleet livery that we have. We'll circle the land setup for a carrier approach and landing. T's and P's looking good. We're going to just keep that cowl flap open. Don't need the reduced drag. We're not going to be getting into any states where we need to manage high energy. Definitely recommend a good set of rudder pedals if you don't have them already, because you're going to be using them a lot. Let's do a wing over. One aileron roll. Dip the nose a little bit. Let's go for 2. Aiding with the rudder a little bit this time. Getting spatially disoriented and pulling out of it. Alright, not too bad at all. Definitely loving the airborne feel of this aircraft. I need to work a little bit myself on the ground handling. Anyway, gear down, hook down, flaps coming down. Doesn't really help. It feels like the wind isn't straight up and down the carrier deck, but going off of the smoke it's coming off there, I'm going to assume that it is. No AOA indicator to help us here. Just good old man stick flying. Did we make it? Are we down? No. We're going around. Bolter, bolter, bolter. You know, I know they talk about the pilots of F-18s and whatnot having cojones, and don't get me wrong, they 100% do. I think the World War II guys had it a little bit worse. So basically, I want to bring the aircraft nose high if possible. So I need to really be at my VSO. I'm too low. Too low? Too low? Now I'm too high? Come on, that's gotta be a catch. God, and then you've got the frickin' conning tower right next to you. This is terrifying. I'm gonna keep doing this until I get it. If I don't get it, we'll see on the weapons employment. Crazy thing is, I have no issues hard parking the F-18 on a carrier deck. I have minimal issues with the F-14. This is happening so much slower. But I'm so much worse at it. Alright, I can feel it. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one, boys. Greased it. There's no way that that was not a catch. Alright, this is the one. I can feel it. I've got no indication of my actual altitude, so we're just going to figure it out once we get over the deck. Doing it from the F2 view in DCS. Here it comes. The first time F-4U Corsair trap on the channel in 3, 2, 1. You cannot tell me that that wasn't a catch. There. There. I don't... And I broke the elevator? Okay, well, I'm down. I'm gonna call that a win. I grabbed a wire. Let's taxi to parking. Oh, the tail wheel animation super borked. So I've got the tail wheel unlocked right now, which is why I can do these crazy wacky turns. Like that. But the tail wheel just... she don't turn. There we go. Damage model. Let's move into combat. Let's shut down the engine first, then we'll move... oh! Off the side we go. Jeez, dude. Alright. Anyway, into combat. Alright, we have a proper 12v12 of Falco F-190s painted as Japanese Zeros. Whoa! That's an engagement if I've ever seen one. Let's go get them, boys. We're probably going to get got, but guns check good. Let's get into an engagement here. If you want to touch briefly on performance, both the aircraft and this map seem to perform very, very well. I know that was one of the big points for the devs of the Marianas World War II map, is they wanted to have better performance. And nicely enough, the F-4U performs well, as far as I can tell. Oh, chicken hits. We are on fire. We've lost an entire wing. And I'm... speed brake. I think we're going in hard horse. I can't control her. Can't control her. Maybe we can. Got a field over here. Field over here. Speed brakes in. Factor. Let's bring down the gear. Assuming... oh, we don't have gear. Well, we don't have that gear. You won't eject, so I'm going to assume you're dead. Standard prop. Blade bending. This is not going to be an IL-2 comparison, but I do want to point out that in IL-2 you do have individual props that can bend. I don't think DCS does the same. And then obviously you've got your generic bullet holes. Alright, we are overhead a hostile airfield, armed with some guns and some rockets. Let's go take the fight to the bad guys.
Flight. Engage targets of opportunity. Roger.
Bombs away. Oh, shack the runway. Sort of. See some aircraft down there that could use some love. It's rolling hot and hard. Guns up. Oop, there's the lag. Holy smokes. Does get kind of bad when you get down low, I won't lie. It's just that target-rich environment, but yeah, you can see how bad the frame rate goes. We get down low. Let's get clear of force bombs. Good hit 4. Ooh, big hits on our part. I think we've lost our vertical stabilizer. Oh, just a big hole in our airframe. I am losing lat stability though. So those are my initial thoughts, impressions of the F-4U. I definitely think, oh, this guy's dead. I definitely think this has potential, and I really, really hope that this is a sign of things to come in DCS world. I really hope that it means we're going to see a lot of Pacific Theater, specifically Pacific Theater era stuff. I would love to see the real Zero, not a Focke-Wulf 190 painted up in sheep's clothing brought to you. What do you guys think about the F4? Have you played it yourself after my video, after other folks' videos that you might have watched? We will be revisiting the F4 this Sunday at 7 a.m. Central Time, but I wanted to get this video out to you guys today, since it is out as of today. I also really, really like this kind of release where it's, you know, talked about, development updates are given, and then shortly thereafter we have a playable, functional, mostly functional aircraft to toy with. So devs, take note. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Ooh, he's hit again. I will see you in the next one this Sunday. More F4 goodness. But until then, as always, take it easy.